The term menopause was invented by male French physician Charles de Galden in the early 1800s while studying the symptoms experienced by women as they aged. Although de Galden may have been the first to give menopause some serious medical attention, he is also guilty of attributing a negative attitude toward a normal biological process, as the cessation of menstruation was held responsible for an astounding array of physical and mental disorders. According to the North American Menopause Society, menopause is a natural event that occurs when a woman has missed her menstrual period for 12 consecutive months, and it is not explained by other medical factors. In general, in North America, menopause occurs around the age of 51 years. We are becoming more aware of the variations in women's subjective experiences and how these shifts are explained by variations in psychological, social, and cultural factors layered on top of an unchanging biological foundation. When we view menopause through a variety of different lenses, like sociocultural or historical, it doesn't diminish the biological and physiological dimensions and processes of menopause. In Western cultures, there are several conceptual models of menopause. There's the medical, psychological, feminist, and sociocultural model. Now, with the medical model in our culture, this is the predominant conceptual model, and it views menopause as a deficiency disease requiring treatment. Menopause as a disease created an environment for the medicalization of menopause, and treatments based on this medical model began in the late 1800s. This perspective views menopause as a medical disorder and a negative event that requires hormonal replacement therapy. We also have other menopause models. And the psychological model attributes negative experiences during menopause to mental health difficulties. Although it is unclear, this theory suggests that social factors like lifestyle and income and losses, particularly losses of female sexuality in youth, are associated with menopausal symptoms, particularly depression. It is a flawed theory that excludes other factors that may contribute to negative menopause experiences. A deficit mentality also underpins the psychological model. So now we're going to talk a bit about the feminist model. According to the feminist understanding of menopause, menopause is a natural developmental process and an aspect of life that must be viewed as part of a continuous cycle. It emerged as a direct result of the medical model of menopause in the mid-20th century and from postmenopausal women's personal experiences and stories, which have merit and challenge the dominant viewpoint. This model rejects the objectification of middle-aged women and views menopause as a natural part of life. This concept empowers women to take control of their lives by becoming active participants in their health. The feminist model empowers women by refocusing the conversation on the whole woman because menopause is not an illness or a disorder. A feminist model believes menopause is a woman's issue, and because only women experience the internal changes, a women-centered perspective is appropriate. This model includes a holistic view rooted in women's bodies, minds, and spirits. And now the final model, the sociocultural model, stresses the cultural nature of menopause and how women from various cultures cope with it differently. There is convincing cross-cultural research showing that menopause is culturally perceived. The experience of menopause varies depending on the geographical and sociocultural context. This model emphasizes the lived experience of the body while combining the feminist and the biological perspectives. One of the elements of the sociocultural concept of menopause is how women are viewed in general in Western culture. And as a result, not only is menopause regarded as a social construct, but cultural views of women in general, such as gender, sexuality, and aging, are also regarded as social constructs. Based on how these cultural views are constructed in society, women will develop their meaning of menopause enmeshed in cultural ideals. Thank you for listening.